Sri Bhagawan Ramana Maharshi's teachings on self-liberation. The illusion created by the mind must be destroyed by the mind itself. Your duty is to be, and not to be this or that. I am that I am sums up the whole truth. The method is summed up in the words, be still. Stillness means destroy yourself. Every name and form is the cause of trouble. Give up the notion, I am so-and-so. All that we have to do is to give up identifying the self with the body, with forms and limits. And then we shall know ourselves, the self that we always are. Do not associate with the mind that rises like the goddess who smites one with love. Destroy it by abiding in the self. Should you succumb to its spell and embrace it, alas, it will destroy your life by drowning you in the intoxication of pride. That demon, the mind, is extremely adept at amorously caressing you with false pretenses. Heed this warning. From now on, stay away from that utterly sinful one, without even mentioning its name. The mind is a great demon whose embrace brings death to all. It somehow deceives everyone and brings them under its spell. It is an extremely cunning trickster, a thief who practices deception. This murderer, this beautiful and seductive one, is a despicable sinner who has totally ruined the lives of many an aspirant. It is an evil, low-born one who hates and torments your lawfully wedded one. Peace. One who is forgetful of the self, mistaking the physical body for it, and goes through innumerable births, is like one who wanders all over the world in a dream. Thus, realizing the self would only be like waking up from the dream wanderings.
This is like $1 million Navajo blanket.
Know that the path of knowledge and the path of devotion are interrelated. Follow these inseparable two paths without dividing one from the other. The lazy state, wherein you exist motionlessly and shine, is the natural state. In that supreme state, you have become that. It cannot be attained except by direct, excellent, and rare austerities. You should therefore honor those who are established in that laziness as holy beings. Bliss is a thing which is always there, and is not something that comes and goes. That which comes and goes is a creation of the mind, and you should not worry about it. An I rises forth with every thought, and with its disappearance, that I disappears too. Many I's are born and die every moment. The subsisting mind is the real trouble. That is the thief. Find him out, and you will be happy. During worldly activity, if your attention is fixed on the fundamental reality, there is no difficulty. But ordinary people forget the reality and take the name alone to be real. The different I's are not real. There is only one I. The separate I is like a watchman in a fort. He is like the protector of the body. The real owner in everybody is only the one real I. So when the separate I surrenders to the real I, then because the idea of a separate self who owns the body disappears, I and mine are eliminated. The true state comes into existence when, after sorting out what belongs to whom, the ego I surrenders itself to the real owner. Many fear that with the destruction of the mind, they themselves will cease to exist. But destruction of the mind is nothing to be feared. What we conceive of now as mind is only a combination of restlessness and dullness. By their elimination, the mind becomes pure. Such a mind is one's own real nature. One who considers the body to be themselves is an ignorant person. One who regards himself as the self is the enlightened one who has realized the self. The one self, the sole reality alone exists eternally. When even the ancient teacher, Dakshinamurti, revealed it through speechless eloquence, who else could convey it by speech? Since past and future have never been without the present, to know the eternal now is to know the truth. The changeless, infinite self transcends time and space, which are relative to the body and the mind. The sage, who has realized the self, transcends both free will and destiny, with which only the ignorant are concerned. To the ignorant, the I is the self, limited to the body. To the wise, the I is the infinite self. Though the non-dual knowledge is difficult to attain, it becomes easy to attain when the true love for the feet of the Lord becomes intense, since its grace, the revealing light which dispels ignorance, then begins to flow. If the agent upon whom the karma depends, namely the ego, merges in its source and loses its form, how can the karma which depends upon it survive? When there is no I, there is no karma. Only when the self is gained is permanent, perfect, blissful peace attained. In this self-sovereignty, non-dual, heaven-like, all-pervasive, no desire and no fear can exist. Beyond the reach of words extends the sage's greatness. None but them can know their state of being, vaster than the sky. To experience it yourself, you should first shed your own body consciousness. One who turns inward with an untroubled mind to search where the consciousness I arises, realizes the self and rests in that, like a river when it joins the ocean. To all deep-thinking minds, the inquiry about the I and its nature has an irresistible fascination. Call it by any name: God, self, the heart, or the seat of consciousness. It is all the same. point to be grasped is this, that heart means the very core of one's being, the centre without which there is nothing whatsoever. When the mind unceasingly investigates its own nature, it transpires that there is no such thing as mind. This is the direct path to truth for all. The mind is merely thoughts. Of all thoughts, the thought I is the root. Therefore, the mind is only the thought I. Whence does this I arise? Seek for it within. It then vanishes. This is a pursuit of wisdom.
A fart is just air.
This is always the true import of the term I. For we do not cease to exist, even in the deepest sleep, where there is no waking I. As there is no second being to know that which is consciousness. We are that. The state we call realization is simply being oneself, not knowing anything or becoming anything. If one is realized, they are that which alone is, and which alone has always been. They cannot describe that state. They can only be that. Of course, we loosely talk of self-realization, for want of a better term. That which is peace. All that we need do is to keep quiet. Peace is our real nature. We spoil it. What is required is that we cease to spoil it. For instance, there is space in a hall. We are not going to create space anew. We fill up the place with various articles. If we want space, all that we need do is to remove all those articles, and we get space. Similarly, if we remove all the rubbish from the mind, the peace will become manifest. That which is obstructing the peace must be removed. Peace is the only reality. nature. It is another name for us. Our wanting mukti is a very funny thing. It is like a man who is in the shade, voluntarily leaving the shade, going into the sun, feeling the severity of the heat, making great efforts to get back into the shade, and then rejoicing. At last, I have reached the shade. How sweet is the shade. We are doing exactly the same. We are not different from the reality. We imagine we are different. We create the feeling of difference, and then undergo great sadhanas to get rid of the imagined differences and realize the oneness. Why imagine or create the differences and then destroy it? It is false to speak of realization. What is there to realize? The real is as it is, ever. How to realize it? What's required is this. We have realized the unreal, regarded as real what is unreal. We have to give up this attitude. That is all that is required for us to attain jnana. We are not creating anything new or achieving something which we did not have before. Effortless and choiceless awareness is our real state. If we can attain it or be in it, it is all right. But one cannot reach it without effort, the effort of deliberate meditation. All the age-long vasanas, latent tendencies, carry the mind outwards and turn it to external objects. All such thoughts have to be given up and the mind turned inward. For most people, effort is necessary. Be quiet or still, but it is not easy. That is why all this effort is necessary. Even if you find one who has effortlessly achieved the mona, silence, or supreme state, you may take it that the effort necessary has already been completed in a previous life. Such effortless and choiceless awareness is reached only after deliberate meditation. We are always the real, And what is there for one to attain after that? What is changing? What appears and disappears? What is not real, we regard as real. We are always, and nothing can be more directly present than we. We say we have to attain realization after all these sadhanas or practices. Nothing can be more strange than this. The self is not attained by doing anything other than remaining still and being as we are. We say that what we see with the eyes alone is directly present. There must first be the seer before anything could be seen. You are yourself the eye that sees. The infinite. People are afraid that when the ego or the mind is killed, the result may be a mere blank and not happiness. What really happens is that the thinker, the object of thought, and thinking all merge into the one source, which is consciousness and bliss itself. And thus that state is neither inert nor blank.
Ooh! And another one!
I do not understand why people should be afraid of that state in which all thoughts cease to exist and the mind is killed. Every day they experience that state in sleep. There is no mind or thought in sleep. Yet when one rises from sleep, one says, I slept happily. Sleep is so dear to everyone that no one, prince or beggar, can do without it. What happens when you make a serious quest for the self is that the I thought as a thought disappears. Something else from the depths takes hold of you, and that is not the I which commenced the quest. That is the real self, the import of I. It is not the ego, nor the mind. It is the supreme being itself. The very fact that you are possessed of the quest of the self is a manifestation of the divine grace. It is effulgent in the heart, the inner being, the real self. It draws you from within. You have to attempt to get in from without. Your attempt is earnest quest. The deep inner movement is grace. That is why I say there is no real inquiry without grace.
Ooh, another one!
Nor is there grace active for one who is without inquiry. Both are necessary. The ego self is the jiva. It is different from the Lord of all, the Absolute. And through disinterested devotion, the individual self approaches the Lord. It graciously assumes name and form and takes the self into itself. Therefore, they say the Guru is none other than the Lord. They are a human embodiment of the divine grace. The real Guru is God in human form. Knowing oneself is only being oneself, as there is no second existence. This is self-realization. You may go on reading any number of books on Vedanta. They can only tell you, realize the self. The self cannot be found in books. You have to find it for yourself, in yourself.
Me a monkey. Me smart monkey.
The quest for the self I speak of is a direct method, indeed superior to the other meditations. For the moment you get into a movement of quest for the self and go deeper and deeper, the real self is waiting there to take you in. And then whatever is done by something else, and you have no hand in it.
Okay, this is called the turtle.
In this process, all doubts and discussions are automatically given up, just as one who sleeps forgets, for the time being, all their cares. The Lord whose home is the interior of the heart lotus, and who shines there as I, is extolled as the Lord of the cave. If by force of practice, the feeling, I am that, I am the Lord of the cave, becomes firmly established, and thus you stand forth as the Lord of the cave, the illusion that you are the perishable body will vanish like darkness before the rising sun. If we regard ourselves as the doers of action, we shall also be the enjoyers of the fruits of such action. If by inquiring who does these actions, one realizes oneself, the sense that one is the doer vanishes, and with it, all the three kinds of karma. This is a state of eternal mukti, or liberation. Our real nature is mukti, but we imagine that we are bound and are making strenuous attempts to become free, while we are all the time free. This will only be understood when we reach that stage. We will be surprised that we were frantically trying to attain something which we have always been and are. The dyads, or the pairs of opposites, such as pleasure and pain, and the triads, all such differences as the knower, the known, and the process of knowing, depend on one thing.
Bro, you're not him.
The ego.
Bruh, stay base.
When one seeks for that thing in the heart and finds out its real nature, they will vanish. Those alone who have found out the real nature of the ego have seen the reality. They will have no more doubts or anxieties. The thought, I am the body, is ignorance. That the body is not apart from the self is knowledge. The body is a mental projection. The mind is the ego, and the ego rises from the self. The body thought is distracting and strays away from the self. For whom is the body or birth? Not for the self, the spirit. It is for the non-self, which imagines itself separate from the self. So long as there is the sense of separation, there will be afflicting thoughts. If the original source is regained and the sense of separation ends, there is peace. The waters of the sea, evaporating and rising into the sky as clouds, find no rest till they come back as rain, and finally rush back to the sea. The ego can have peace only when it merges back into its source, the self.
This is called Yoga with LeBron James. Welcome to my yoga show. This is LeBron James. Nice to see y'all. Hope you enjoy my yoga. Namaste, nigga.
The jnani appreciates all distinctions, but they always perceive and experience the one reality in all of them. That is why they have no preferences. Whether one moves about or talks or acts, it is all the one reality in which they act or move or talk. The jnani sees nothing apart from the one supreme truth. The transcendental awareness I speak of is the natural state, sahaja samadhi. Here,
Hey,
you are
everybody.
placed,
Make sure
You
you
remain
keep
calm
breathing while you're
composed,
doing yoga.
even while you are
It
active.
feels good, don't it?
You
Tickles
realize
you
that
in
you're
your
moved by the
kundalini
deeper,
and your lower
real self
sacral
within.
joint. Brings it up into your head so you can
You
shoot
have no
that
worries,
3-point shot
no
and win the
anxieties,
game.
no
Bye
cares.
bye, shaloi.
Here, you realize there is nothing belonging to you. Everything is done by something with which you get into conscious union.
With LeBron James. Welcome to my yoga show. This is LeBron James. Nice to see y'all. Hope you enjoy my yoga. Namaste, nigga.
Natural being, or natural abidance itself, is without concepts. For in this state, the mind is free from doubts. It has no need to swing between alternatives of possibilities and probabilities. It has no active predispositions of any kind. It is sure of the truth. It is all the one reality in which they act or move or talk. The jnani sees nothing apart from the one supreme truth. The self makes itself felt in the pure mind, so that even when you are in the midst of thoughts, you feel the presence. You realize the truth that you are one with the deeper self, and that the thought waves are there only on the surface. The heart is the one supreme center of the self. You need have no doubt about it. The real self is there in the heart, behind the ego self. Self cannot be known with your mind. You cannot realize it by imagination. The only direct way to realize it is to cease to fancy and try to just be yourself. Then you realize, or you automatically feel, that the center is there. This is the center, the heart of being, spoken of in the scriptures as the cavity of the heart. go deeper within yourself, you lose yourself in the abysmal depths. Then the reality takes hold of you. It is an incessant flash or current of I consciousness. You can be aware of it, feel it, hear it, sense it. This is what I call self-manifestation. In direct knowing, you can feel yourself one with the one that exists. The whole body becomes a mere power, a force current. Your life becomes a needle drawn to a huge massive magnet. And as you go deeper and deeper, you become a mere center. And then not even that. For you become a mere consciousness. There are no thoughts or cares any longer. They were shattered at the threshold. It is an inundation. You are a mere straw. You are swallowed alive. But it is very delightful. For you become the very thing that swallows you. This is the union of the individual with the absolute.
Got a little hair in my mouth. Hey everybody, it's Billy Brown James. I'm sitting here doing yoga. How y'all doing? Feeling good? Good. Yeah. Grand rising. Yeah. All right now. Hit that like button and subscribe. This is Brown James telling you to vote and trust. Hey everybody, it's me, LeBron James, Lakers superstar and NBA celebrity. I got some important news I want to share with you all. I need you to go out and vote for Max Rice in the 50th Ward in Jefferson, in Rogers Park. That's right, vote Max Rice for 50th Ward Republican Committee person. Dan Kelly or whoever he running against, he's scam artist. Max Rice is a real Republican. You're gonna want to vote Max Rice on March 19th. Make sure to ask for a Republican ballot. This is LeBron James endorsing Max Rice for Republican committee person. God bless and have a great weekend, everybody. Don't forget to vote Max Rice.
Hey everybody, it's me, LeBron James, Lakers superstar and NBA celebrity. I got some important news I want to share with you all. I need you to go out and vote for Max Rice in the 50th Ward in Jefferson, Rogers Park. That's right, vote Max Rice for 50th Ward Republican Committee person. Dan Kelly or whoever he running against, he's scam artist. Max Rice is a real Republican. You're gonna want to vote Max Rice on March 19th. Make sure to ask for a Republican ballot. This is LeBron James endorsing Max Rice for Republican committee person. God bless and have a great weekend, everybody. Don't forget to vote Max Rice. This is called yoga with LeBron James. Welcome to my yoga show. This is LeBron James. Nice to see y'all. Hope you enjoy my yoga. Hey everybody, it's me. Hey everybody. Hey everybody, it's me.
Congrats. That's awesome. That's a huge endorsement. It's a huge endorsement.
some important news I want to share with you all. I need you to go out and vote for Max Rice in the 50th Ward in Jefferson. Rogers Park. That's right. Vote Max Rice for 50th Ward Republican Committee person. Dan Kelly or whoever he running against. He's scam artist. Max Rice is a real Republican. You're going to want to vote Max Rice on March 19th. Make sure to ask for a Republican ballot. This is LeBron James endorsing Max Rice for Republican Committee person. God bless and have a great weekend, everybody. Don't forget to vote Max Rice. It's me, LeBron James. Nigga superstar and NBA celebrity. I got some important.
Okay, so I guess this is like horizontal streaming or something now. Orientations lock, rotate device back. Some kind of new streaming functionality. I don't know what it is. Oh, so LeBron James just graciously endorsed my friend Max Rice, which is a huge endorsement. Very interesting.
Whether a king is sitting on the throne or hunting, he is always a king. The one who is walking and talking is the idol of consciousness. When the ego self disappears, that is a sign of the ultimate experience. Ego is not reality, but appears as such. Everything is consciousness. It is not necessary to say, I am reality. Birth and death belong to this I. The five elements, as well as consciousness, are just as they are. But the subtle body which calls itself I, and which is full of desire, eventually succumbs to death. When someone tells us so-and-so has expired, it means the name is dead. They came, therefore they died. Eradicate from your mind that you are some particular I. That is a sign of knowledge. One who says, I am the one who experiences, is swallowed by the demon and still remains within the illusion. It is the hand that lifts, but you say, I lift. The eyes see, but you say, I see. The nose smells, but you say, I smell. All this is the power of the reality, and yet you say, I did it. That power belongs to God. Who is this ego arrogating I? They have no place in the palace, but once admitted inside, they overrule the king and affirm their own existence. But after some inquiry, this ego's existence is easily disproved. Then the king once again affirms, I am reality. There is one thing about this condition. There is bliss. If there are two, then there is pain. Where there is one, there is bliss. An aspirant invariably faces the question, shall we continue to run our household, or shall we leave it altogether? Whether one runs a household or leaves it, it accounts to nothing. There is no sense in wearing a holy basil leaf garland around the neck, and yet having a rush of anger in the heart. If one is not attentive to one's inner self, What is the use of the saffron-coloured robe? The trees, tigers, beasts and birds do not run a household. But does this mean that they have become saints? What is the use if one is not attentive to one's inner self? One should be alert. The objective knowledge should prove to be untrue. All the affairs we are conducting in the world should prove themselves to be untrue, and that which has been taken as untrue should be experienced as truth. What is the use of renunciation if one is not detached internally? The attitude must change. To know that all this mundane existence is false is an act of great bravery. One should be detached within oneself. Once one learns how not to get involved or how to renounce, one then gets the experience. In whatever circumstances or state one is in, one should be detached. Live as you like, but renounce internally. Find out the goal of your life and try to experience your true reality. Remove that wrong feeling that you are mortal. You have created this false concept for yourself because you are intoxicated due to the drink called ignorance. Stand up with confidence in self. Turn within. Do not entertain any fear for anything. Eradicate completely the mental modification which goes out. If you think of your true nature by asking yourself, who am I? Or what am I? You will realize that there is no one as great as you. Have self-confidence. Make the thought, I am the Supreme Self, steady within yourself. You will surely never fail to cross the ocean of this mundane existence. See only through the sight of the reality. Do not look through other people's eyes. All these other relationships are ready to fool you.
The light is blinding my eyes.
Don't worry too much about the body while practicing. Even if it goes to the gallows. I am a witness of this body. Let the body stay or go. But my heart is at the feet of the Master. Go on contemplating this, and intuitive perception is sure to come.
Hey everybody, it's me, LeBron James, Lakers superstar and NBA celebrity. I got some important news I want to share with you all. I need you to go out and vote for Max Rice in the 50th Ward in Jefferson. in Rogers Park. That's right, vote Max Rice for 50th Ward Republican Committee person. Dan Kelly or whoever he running against, he's scam artist. Max Rice is a real Republican. You gonna want to vote Max Rice?
Ignorant corpses are only moving about in the whole world. Life in ignorance is like death. Who is eating? All this service is for whom? You do not know. You are serving 6 ghosts, the 5 elements, and the ego. World means living corpses, where there is no idea of one's own true nature.
You were expected, not me.
They serve this body and take along with them a bundle of sins and virtues. This is the worldly existence of an ignorant person. But when one knows oneself and rejects all the pride that they are the body, then immediately they meet themselves. Then all their actions have borne fruit. Now, let what happens just happen. Let whatever was going go. The last doubt is eradicated. We have to live a few days.
Holy shit.
Let us pass the days playfully. Enjoy. Then let this body die on a bed or on the ground. Wherever the diamond is placed, it is sure to shine. It may be in one's hand or on one's neck. This supreme self in the form of reality will likewise remain happy, whatever the situation. The conviction should not shake. If the conviction is steadfast on truth, then even on the path of knowledge, strength can be gained. One who has the purest knowledge of the truth thinks that being bound and free is all a joke. When the illusion vanishes for them, with all names and forms, then all words become silent. Then how can anything like liberation still remain? What is the meaning of liberation? That is only a way in which people talk. All the bondage is for those who say they are the body. And Jnani is free from the sense of I. For them, bound and liberated is only a delusion. They are only expressed concepts which are never true. One who has understood the illusion is free from all fear.
I got some important news I want to share with you all.
The one who says, I will practice yoga after I become reality, is like the one going in search of water in a mirage. It means that such people are simply going backwards and forwards within a mirage. One who considers a mirage as true gets bound by it. For the one who is awake, the dream disappears. In the same way, this mirage, which is in the form of illusion, disappears for the Jnani.
This is LeBron James endorsing Matt Trice for Republican committee person. God bless and have a great weekend, everybody. Don't forget to vote Matt Trice. So they got the whole fucking federal plus.